What's up, YouTube? And for anyone else who's viewing this not on the YouTube platform, hello to you as well. You're probably thinking, what is this guy doing sitting in front of a terrarium, paludarium, whatever you want to call it, fish tank? Well, that's probably the cleanest part of my house at the moment. And a little bit about myself. I'm sorry, I actually made a little list because this is my first YouTube video. I used to make them really randomly, but this one is very specific and it's gonna jumpstart exactly what I want to do. And I've been struggling a lot, but this whole little series, first step, is gonna be focused on the law of attraction and bettering my life. And rather than be that one guy who's sitting in front of a bunch of money or pictures of cars, I want you guys to see the authentic me, because I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate to similar situations that I'm about to discuss. So a little bit about me. First things first, I'm a real estate agent. I've been licensed for 10 years, maybe 11, in the state of California. I flip property. I've flipped quite a few properties. I've wholesaled properties. I'm also an artist, so we'll talk more about that later. But I love art, love fishing. I'm 35 and I really want to, I need to get my life out of the slump it's in. And it's been a very interesting 2 years, and if I could probably write a book about my life in this specific moment. And I look like shit. I'll be straight up, I look like shit. I'm wearing the same thing I wore all day. I've turned on all my lights in my living room just so I could get the best light for you. I may even talk about this. I actually built this, and I've been meaning to make a YouTube video on this thing because it's pretty awesome and everything in here is alive. Well, there's no animals in there yet, but all the plants in there are alive. But that'll be later on down the line. So again, back to the law of attraction. Some of you guys I've probably already lost you and you're like, what is this guy talking about? Well, the law of attraction is really specific. It is, it's basically energy. What you project is what you're gonna get. Now it can be negative, it can be positive, it can be neutral. And please, this is just my own honest opinion. Everyone has their own opinion on this, and some people have done more research than me. I feel like I've done a lot of research on this, and I feel like I've lived it, and I didn't really realize I lived it until after I determined what the law of attraction was. So a couple examples. When I was in high school, I didn't have a car. I was walking back and forth from home to school all the time, and I kept telling myself I'm gonna have a really nice truck for my first vehicle. I didn't know how I was gonna get it. I wasn't making a lot of money. I just kept telling myself I'm gonna have a really nice truck. I've always been a fan of trucks. My uncle got me into trucks when I was a young age. He was always looking in the recycler, buying a truck, selling it, buying a truck, selling it, throw rims on it, sell it. Like, he was making quick money. And I was like, man, I love the way these trucks look, so I'm gonna have a nice truck. And when I turned 18, got out of high school, turned 18, I purchased a truck. My uncle had a truck. He was planning to sell it. I didn't have any kind of credit at that time, so I wasn't able to get financed. So what I did, I asked my family to co-sign with me. Obviously they had really good credit. I was able to get my mom to co-sign with me for a loan. I was able to finance some rims with the truck. At the time, my uncle worked or owned his own aftermarket parts company. So we were able to lower the truck with his company, and I was able to finance the entire thing. And it was awesome. I mean, I was 18, I had a really nice truck at the time, and I felt good. And just, I didn't realize this until much later on, that by speaking it, by feeling really good about this, by just trying to imagine this tangible item, somehow the universe put it in front of me. Another example, in 2006, I purchased my first home. It was an investment property. And if you guys are familiar with California real estate, everything out here is expensive. So I purchased a home, and in 2008, everything blew up. I lost the home. Screwed my credit up, screwed up all my savings, my IRA, everything was gone. Everyone lost everything. But that put me in a good position to learn from that experience. And a lot of people learned from their experience. But that didn't prevent me from wanting to get another house. Unfortunately, in California, when you get foreclosed on, it is a long time before they allow you to buy another home, because that stays on your credit report for, I want to say it's like 7 years. 7 or 8 years. It's been a while since I've had to deal with any foreclosure or short sale properties, and that's a whole nother topic. But I'll talk about that as well, maybe in another video. But I had to move back in with family. I'm not proud to say that, but in California, it's stupid expensive. So I bounced around from family to renting properties, back to family, to renting other properties with roommates, and it was just very difficult for everyone as a whole, I think, in the entire United States, to just get going again, get momentum when that bubble burst, because it devastated a lot of families and a lot of people. But then I was back with my family, and I told myself, I was like, I gotta buy another house. I want to say I was gonna be 28, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I gotta get another house before I turn 28. Like, this is ridiculous. It was either 28 or 29. I was like, I gotta get another house by that age. I had no money. I was struggling just to get going again. And you're like, oh, it was 2008, and now it's, you know, whatever year it was, you know, so many years have passed, why aren't you making any money? Well, I mean, a recession, it takes a long time for people to get back on their feet. And again, when your credit is damaged for 7 years, 5 to 7 years, 8 years, you're screwed. I mean, they dropped my credit card limits from 5,000 to 500. So you're trying to just survive. And I had no idea how I was gonna buy another home. But I got really good at helping people who had lost property. And long story short, before the end of the year, before my birthday, I purchased another home in Long Beach. I was working for a company. I came across an opportunity. Somehow the opportunity that was presented to me, I knew the person who had the home. I knew the person who was gonna evaluate the home's condition and give it a value out of nowhere. But this is just me being in the industry so much. They're like, hey, Dan, what do you need for value? And I was like, this can't be happening right now. This is what I need. She's like, no problem. Gave me my value. I was able to qualify for a loan. Somehow the bank or the lender who was giving me the loan overlooked the fact that I had a foreclosure. So as soon as I closed on the property, they called me and they said, you should have never got this loan. However that happened, I have no idea, but I was speaking this out into the world. I was doing everything I could to make it happen. I was working, I was diligent, I was trying to get my credit up, I was making my payments on time, and I had a nice home. And I sold that home, and now I'm here. I've moved, I'm in another property. I basically tried to upgrade. And I took all the equity out of one home so I could invest it into other ventures. And right now I have like $50 in my bank account. And this is kind of what I want to talk about. Like the current situation I'm in, I'm struggling. And thankfully I have a family that's very supportive, because if it wasn't for family, I would probably be, I don't know what I would be doing, but I would definitely be struggling. And I probably would have been getting one of those car title loans, or I would have been selling this house. anyhow, don't feel like you can't ask for help. I've had friends that have helped me. If I need $1,000, 10 grand, 5 grand, I've got friends and family that will definitely support me because they know I'm good for it. Like, make good on your word. That's something else. If you're gonna borrow something, pay it back right away. Make that a priority. If you break something that you borrowed, replace it. Like, you don't want to lose friendships or credibility over little shit or money. Like, your character is all you have in this, especially if you're trying to build a business. But I do own one property. It's up north. I paid for it with cash, and I'm currently trying to sell it so it could help me out of the situation I'm in. So a few things I wanted to talk about, and again, this is just an introduction video for like the series I would like to promote. This is just very generic. I know I'm sitting in front of the fish tank. There's gonna be a lot more engagement. We're gonna be going around. I'm gonna be showing you exactly what I do, but what time is it? It's midnight. I'm running on 5 hours of sleep. It's Father's Day. This movie probably won't get uploaded for a couple days just because I'm gonna be super slammed this week, but I needed to quit procrastinating. So that's something else. Don't procrastinate. And I'm like my biggest, worst enemy when it comes to procrastination. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, oh, I'll do it in 2 hours. And then when 2 hours comes, it's like, I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep, and I'll do it the next day. And it just keeps going, it keeps going. So right now, it's midnight. I wanna talk to you guys about what's going on. I look like shit, I'm overweight, my health is out of control. I've yo-yoed up and down. So tomorrow, which happens to be Monday, oh, it is Monday. Monday, June 18th, I am determined to get a certain regimen and get my life back on track. So I'm gonna focus on eliminating a lot of carbs, focusing on greens, vegetables, fruits, juices, lean meats, and we're gonna just kill this. Like, the plan is for you guys to follow me through my struggles, so you could see that, you know, I'm just a normal guy, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there can relate. This is life. Life happens, and I hope you guys can at least gain something from these videos in a sense of maybe support. I'm making these videos to hopefully help some people if they can get a little information, and kind of hold myself accountable, because if I have an audience who's like, dude, you're falling off track, I think that would help me more. And the fact that I don't know how many followers I have at the moment, probably 0, but at least that's some kind of confirmation that I need to work for something. I live by myself, so it's hard to get motivated. I work, I clean, and then I want to sleep. And it's repeat. It's just day after day. So I'm trying to break the monotony up and get my life back on track. Okay, so I weighed myself this morning. I'm 266 pounds. Excuse me. I'll show you a small clip of that just so you guys can validate it. I'm not a small guy. My goal is to get down closer to 200 and preferably under 200, which I don't know how easy that's gonna be. It's probably gonna be a long road ahead. I did get down to I wanna say 212 at one point, and I felt really good. My blood pressure's high. My doctor's like, dude, you gotta lose weight. I've been having a lot of anxiety. I wake up in the middle of the night kind of panicked, like, where am I? So I'm on a couple medications, and I want to get off of those medications. For one, it's not healthy, and two, I'm sure those pills are doing more of a harm to my body than a benefit. Some of my goals. I want to show you guys how I intend to make money. I'm kind of a wheeler dealer. If I see a deal, I buy it, and I try and unload it right away. I flip property, I wholesale property, I buy and sell property. As an agent, I represent buyers and sellers. I've sold dirt bikes, jet skis. I look for anything that I can make a buck on. really, I've invested in the cannabis industry since that's a big booming thing. And oh, let me tell you, there's another thing about this whole law of attraction. If you can speak this into existence, you can feel it into existence, and it could put you in front of exactly what you want, and the result you get may not be what you hope for. So prior to this whole California law being passed about medical marijuana being accepted in, at least in the state of California, it's not federally accepted yet. But I was like, man, I really got to get in this industry. I got to get in this industry. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have no clue. I don't even smoke. Like, I just got to get into this industry because I need to make some money. And I know some of you guys are out there that's like, oh, you don't smoke, everyone smokes. Well, it affects me differently. It slows me down. If I smoke, I'd be laying on the sofa right there, passed out cold. Like, it slows me down. I feel great. I feel really chill, really calm, but my mind is constantly on the go. So it will shut me off, and I'll just be like, oh, I don't want to do anything today, and that'll kill my whole day, and then I'm playing catch up. So I will try edibles if they're on a lower, a smaller milligram, just because I can still function. But if I smoke, it just affects me differently. So right now I'm only at like 10 to 15, and that's just so I could sleep. But I spoke that into existence back to this industry. I wanted to get involved. I was put in front of someone who claimed to be this really knowledgeable person about things. Unfortunately, he led me down the wrong path. And currently, I'm in litigation with a company he introduced me to for $50,000. And you're like, fuck, that's a lot of money. Some of you may think that's not a lot of money. To me, that is a shitload of money. So yeah, this company embezzled $1 million from 10 of us, and I'm trying to get my money back. So I've got a property up north I'm trying to sell, which is, it's not pending, but I have a buyer who's interested in it. However, it's contingent upon the sale of their home. So that's hopefully going to materialize. This whole lawsuit will hopefully materialize. But I am now, in this moment, talking to you guys that I'm projecting the next year to be really good. So I'm making a few adjustments. I'm making some changes. I want to speak it into existence. I want to feel this into existence. I want to change my mentality. So it's very difficult. You got to get out of this funk. Like, my mind tends to race a lot, and I tend to think like, damn, this, if some 50 grand goes missing, that's pretty dramatic for me. When I expected to sell a house 6 months ago and it's still going, that hurts, because I'm self-employed, and being self-employed and not having a weekly check or a bi-monthly check can really put you in a financial bind. I've always been a risk taker. I will always be a risk taker, but I'm learning from every experience. And please don't think that, you know, you're like, oh man, this guy's losing money, he's losing money. If you're not losing money, you are not learning. It's easy to sit at an office or a retail space or wherever you have like your secured 9 to 5 and get a check. But you're never gonna progress out of that unless you get promoted and promoted and promoted. But even then, the cost of living, even if you're getting these huge bonuses and promotions, there's really no room for advancement. And I always told myself, after my first retail job, I'm never gonna have a boss again. And I'll never have a boss again. It sucked. And now I could wake up when I want, I go to sleep when I want, I do what I want, I have the freedom to live my life. Now I just need to get more money so I can use the money as a vehicle to do more of the things I enjoy, which is fishing, art, traveling. So I want to build a lifestyle around traveling and fishing, because if I can travel somewhere and fish that location, that would be amazing. And I want to show you guys how I want to do this. So I've been doing a lot of research, and I've also been really busy, but my next video, I'm gonna show you guys what I intend to do. This was just intended as an introduction. This video went a little long. I apologize. Hopefully I'm not boring you and you're enjoying the little aquarium. But yeah, this is gonna be focused on positive images, good energy, you know, talking things into existence, the law of attraction. And some of you may not believe in it. I believe in it because I have witnessed it. And you know, if you're constantly thinking about the negative, you're just gonna get more negative. And if you haven't seen The Secret, I strongly suggest you watch it. I own the DVD. I owned it a long time ago. I would watch it religiously. I would have all my friends watch it. I think I actually gave it to one of my friends and never got it back, so I had to buy it again. And I'll leave a link down below where you could find it, because I strongly suggest getting it. And it's not a religious thing. Like, take religion out of this. Like, you can believe in what you want to believe. Everyone has their own opinions and values. This is just strictly focused on positive energy, you know, paying it forward, putting good into the world, you know, saying hi to somebody, smiling to somebody. If you're out there all day, like giving people the bird and honking at people in traffic, like, it's just gonna bring you down. So I'm trying to get out of a slump. Some of you out there may be in a slump and you're like, all right, let's see what this guy does. And I hope you are willing to go through this journey with me. It's gonna be exciting. It'll be hands-on. It'll be very authentic. If I fail, I'm gonna show you where I fail and what not to do. Or if I fail and I learn, I'm gonna show you, hey, this is what happened. Let's try it a different way. But I'm gonna be very authentic. Right now, like I said, here, I'll show you how much money I have in my bank account, so you can be like, oh damn, this guy is telling the truth. Excuse me. Let's see. It's gonna be pretty pathetic. I'll be straight up. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know why it's not focusing. Focus, camera. Focus. Anyhow, there we go. 82 bucks. Is it 82? $82.92. Oh, so sad, so sad. So sad. Okay, anyhow, that's my personal account. Let me show you my business account. It's even worse. You see me shaking my head right now because it's even worse. But being transparent in all of these videos is really important to me, because I see a lot of guys on YouTube and they're on these yachts and they're in these mega mansions, and some of them are rented and some of them are, you know, whatever. It's like they don't show you the shit they had to go through to get there, and for all I know, I don't even know if that shit's real. Let me see, make sure I don't have any personal information on there. Okay. Excuse me. Business checking, $238. Business card, outstanding balance, almost $7,200. That means my credit card is beyond its limit. I'm so far in debt right now, it's about to kill me. So until I can make a little more money, I'm just struggling. And this isn't uncommon. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that have more debt than me on credit cards. We gotta get rid of the credit card debt. And my personal opinion is we're gonna see another, not a depression, but we're gonna see a drop in this market. And I don't know if it's gonna be as bad as 2008, but I need to be in a position to take advantage of that economy so I can make some money. So I'm about to do a few little things. I'm going to document everything I do so you guys can see if it works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. But I'm gonna end this video now because it's at 25 minutes, going on 26, and this is a little long for an introduction. So yeah, I mean, if you want, follow me. I hate saying that. It sounds so like cliche. Give me a follow, hit like, comment, let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns. And again, watch The Secret if you haven't, or don't. Like, it's up to you. It may be on Netflix, or I don't have Netflix, so I don't know. But I'll leave the link in the description below so you guys can check that out as well. Okay, I look forward to doing the next video. I'll see you soon. Bye.